Hello and welcome to the Virtual Why. My name is Heather and this is the energetics of every day. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the power of our self concept. So, our self concept is essentially how we view ourselves. So, how we view ourselves in any given situation. And then we'll talk about how that affects how we show up in those roles based on our self perception, essentially. Before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of a gratitude practice. Last week, we really dove into the power of positive thinking and of gratitude. So, we're going to carry that in with us this week and really let that settle into our bodies by just starting off this week with a short gratitude practice. So, whether you were with us last week or not, you can benefit from this practice. So, all I want you to do is take a moment to look around the room that you are in now. And I want you to find just one item that you are grateful for. This could be a cup of coffee, the clothing on your back, a nice comfortable couch, the device that you are watching this on, a piece of artwork, literally anything in your room. Just find one object and begin to feel the gratitude and the appreciation for this object. Thinking about all that this object offers you. Does it offer you beauty? Does it offer you functionality and practicality? What is it giving to you? Recognizing everything that you benefit and that you take away from this item. And now what I want you to do is connect in with everything that had to happen in the history of this product to make this product possible. So did this product have to grow from the earth? Did somebody have to find and make this product, design or engineer this product? Somebody have to market this product to make you even know that it exists? Somebody have to sell this product to a store so that you could find it and purchase it easily? Thinking about all of the hands that went into making this a possibility. And now thinking about the history and all of the prerequisites that had to make this a possibility. All of the knowledge that had to be gained throughout thousands of years to bring it to the point that this object could even be created. Thinking about all of the parts and the pieces of this object that had to come from the earth, and all of the millions of years that had to go into creating the physical components to make this product possible. Finding the awe in this, recognizing how everything in human history and universal history had to play out in such a way that makes this a possibility. All the lives and the people that had to be born to further our knowledge and understanding of how the world works so that we could create something like this. Thinking about all of the functions in our earth and in our planet and its perfect proximity to the sun and the natural resources that are so abundant that had to be created over millions of years to create this product. Recognizing how everything had to unfold so perfectly to lead to this moment of you getting to benefit from this item, of you getting to appreciate this item, of this moment right here, right now, this leading edge moment that we are all in, this present. Everything in the universe had to unfold in such a way for us to be right here, right now. Feel the awe, feel the gratitude in that. Let the miracle of that sink into your body. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your bones. Feel it spread throughout your body and maybe even beyond. Breathing it in. Just sitting in it, reveling in that feeling for a moment. maybe finding a smile on your face, maybe kind of feeling a smile in your heart, a smile in your stomach. Right, and then coming back to the moment, just carrying that appreciation, that gratitude with you. Maybe carrying it with you for the rest of your day, carrying it with you for the rest of our time together. Knowing that you can come back to this feeling at any time, this feeling of gratitude. There is so much to be grateful for in any moment, and you can always come back to that sensation. If you did not check out last week's class, after this week's class or sometime later, you could go check out the last week's class where we really dove into gratitude and how you can make that a practical part of your life in a way that really fuels you and helps you to become a better version of yourself and just happier, healthier, all of those things. So let's talk about this week. So this week, we're going to take some of that gratitude that we've created and turn it inwards towards ourselves. We're going to feel and build the gratitude for ourselves, the appreciation for ourselves, so that we can have a self-concept, a self-understanding of someone who is capable, worthy, all of these wonderful things. So by using gratitude on ourselves and being grateful for all of the things that we bring to the table, all of the miraculous functionings happening within our own body and within our own mind and in our thought processes and all of the capabilities that we have, and for even the human history that it took to create us here and now, we can find a self-concept of someone who is worthy and capable and of someone who is deserving, which I think a lot of people in this day and age struggle with. A lot of the media and the repetition that we have been kind of bombarded with are telling us opposite things. So it makes sense if we're not feeling that way. But that's why we need to kind of take control and take the reins and create what we want to experience rather than living by default. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about what self-concept is. So very simplistically, self-concept is how we view ourselves. So our understanding of who we are as human beings. So this relates to every aspect of our life. So are we a good driver? Are we a bad driver? Are we happy or are we sad? Are we good with money or do we struggle with money? Are we good in our career field or is our career something that we struggle with? Are we clean or are we messy? Are we a good parent, a bad parent, a good sibling, a bad sibling? Who are we and how do we show up? What does that look like? So those are our self-concepts. Our self-concept is, yes, I am a good driver, but I am messy. So that would be a self-concept. It's just our understanding of who we are. And our self-concept is very intertwined with our subconscious mind. And as we've spoken about throughout the course of this class series, our subconscious mind is very much so responsible for how we show up in our day-to-day lives. Our subconscious mind is responsible for our hormone production, our cell turnover, our thought processes, our breath, our heart rate, and so many other functions in the body. We can kind of see how this plays out. I think driving is such a good example because we can see how this plays out when we're driving. So a lot of the times when we're driving, let's say we need to change lanes, we're just naturally looking maybe in the rearview mirror, checking the side mirror, looking over our shoulders, changing the lane. We're not consciously thinking, okay, I need to look in my mirror, look over my shoulder. It's just natural. We just are kind of doing it. It's this subconscious attribute that we're naturally doing. However, if we have a self-concept that we are bad drivers, maybe we aren't doing these things. We aren't checking our mirrors. We aren't looking over our shoulders. We're just kind of going, or whatever the case is. We're not taking the time to do some of these things that might make us a good driver. So I think that this is a great example because Now, of course, this isn't just for driving. This shows up in every aspect of our lives. So if you have the self-concept that you are good at work, your hormone production, your concentration, your neurochemistry is all going to promote you to showing up at work well. Whereas if you have the self-concept that you struggle, then maybe you won't be able to concentrate while you're at work, and you won't have the energy to do what you need to do and to show up in a way that is beneficial for yourself and for your work environment. So that is really the power of our self-concept, and it really does play into every facet of our human experience. So again, relationships, work, hobbies, all of these different things interplay with our self-concept and how we view ourselves. Do we view ourselves as somebody who's healthy? If we do, it's going to be a lot easier to make healthy decisions, to want to meditate and relax, to wanting to eat healthy food, to wanting to take care of our body. Whereas if we view ourselves as somebody who's unhealthy and who struggles to maintain their health, it's going to be a lot harder to do some of those different activities. So really widespread and interplays between every area of our life. Okay, so how is the self-concept created? Primarily, the self-concept is created before the age of 7. This is because our brain is in a theta state, which is the subconscious state, which is responsible for all of these different things that we've just spoke about. And then it is also created through time and repetition. So those are kind of the languages of the subconscious mind. It is being in theta state and then time and repetition. So if something repeats on a regular enough basis, and also through really peak experiences. So if you have a really traumatizing experience with driving, let's say, then that might carry over into your subconscious and your self-concept of how you show up in your everyday. Whereas if you have a really amazing experience in a certain area, that's again going to affect your subconscious. Okay. So then how do we change our self-concept? So in those similar ways. So we can create peak positive experiences around certain areas of our life. We can take the time and repetition for building up certain views of ourselves, whether we're visualizing or using affirmations, just taking the time to repeat to ourselves the person we want to be in that repetition. And then third, we can't go back in time to before we were 7 and change our subconscious mind that way. But what we can do is we can access the same brainwave states as we were in when we were younger than 7. So that brainwave frequency is theta. And how we access this is through deep relaxation, meditation, and it's also most common right before we're going to bed and right when we're waking up. So when we are in those states, we're really wanting to then focus in on our self-concept and what we want our self-concept to be and how we would like to show up in different areas of our life. Okay, so just to repeat those things, we can create peak experiences within different areas of our life. We can take time and repetition, so repeating to ourselves how we want to show up, whether it's through words or visualization or emotion, and how we want to show up in a certain sector of our life. And then finally, we want to get into a theta zone, theta state, and then visualize how we want to show up in a certain sector. Okay, so for today's practice, we're going to work on relaxing, getting more into that theta state, and then we'll do a visualization of how we want to show up in an area of our life. So before we get into the practice, just take a moment consciously to connect with an area of your life that you would like to improve. So again, this could be any area of your life. Do you want to be a better cook? Do you want to be more creative? Do you want to be healthier? Is there a habit you want to change? Do you want to show up in your relationships differently, in your career differently? Pick anything. and hone in on just one thing. There might be a lot of things, but today we're just going to be focusing on one item. And then take stock on how you currently feel about yourself in this arena. What is your current self-concept of this thing that you would like to change? How do you view yourself in this area? Just take a moment to answer that question in your mind. And now, how would you like to show up in that area? What would you like to be like? What kind of energy would you like to bring to that situation? So now that we've taken a moment to reflect, we'll get into today's practice. So go ahead and find a nice comfortable seated position or lie down, whichever is most comfortable for you today. And when you're nice and comfortable, go ahead and soften your gaze or close your eyes. And we'll just start by connecting in with our breath and breathing together. So inhaling in through your nose, exhale, letting go through your mouth. Inhale in through your nose, exhale, letting go through your mouth. Inhaling in through your nose, exhaling, letting go through your mouth. We'll now get into a nice relaxed state by relaxing our body, relaxing our muscles, starting with the toes, allowing your toes to become nice and relaxed, bringing that relaxation up into your feet, your calves, your shins, relaxing your knees, relaxing your thighs, your quads, your hamstrings, relaxing your glutes, your hips, your pelvic floor, relaxing your belly, your lower belly, your internal organs, your lower back, and bringing that relaxation up your belly, up your back, up your spinal cord, into your chest, allowing your heart, that big muscle, to relax. Relaxing your upper back, your shoulders, and bringing that relaxation down your arms, your biceps, your elbows, forearms, to your hands, palms of your hands, backs of your hands, your fingers. Finding the relaxation coming up your arms into your neck, your throat, and up into your face. Relaxing your face, the jaw, the tongue, your eyes, your forehead, your ears. Relaxing your skull. Allowing your thoughts and your mind to relax. Maybe visualizing your brain just relaxing, finding ease. And now I want you to bring to your mind the sector of your life that you would like to improve or change. Now I want you to see yourself stepping into that area and absolutely thriving. You see yourself showing up with a smile. You're having so much fun. It is so playful and enjoyable, but you are also executing at a very high level. You feel completely in flow and in rhythm. You feel completely aligned. You can feel your heart and the happiness there. You feel what it's like in your body to move through that experience with ease and with high levels of satisfaction and execution. You see yourself confidently performing whichever task you need to. Maybe you see yourself multitasking with ease. You feel this flow, this rhythm as you move throughout this experience. And there becomes this deep awareness that washes over you, this deep knowing that this is just who you are. You are the type of person, you are the person that is able to do this, to execute this with ease. That is who you are, that is your identity. Let that sink into your body, let that knowing sink into your body. Let it sink into your bones, your bone marrow, your muscles, your muscle memory, your brain. Let it sink into the smallest part of your body, your cells, your atoms. Every atom in your body is buzzing with this knowledge. Feel it deep within the core of who you are, that this is who you are. This is who you get to be. Just for fun, just because you want to be this version of yourself, you get to be. It's who you are. Let that sink in. Maybe finding a smile on your face, feeling that empowerment. And we'll close out this practice by taking a deep breath together. So inhaling in all of that goodness you just created, filling up your belly, taking the deepest breath you've taken all day. Exhale, release. Coming back into your body, maybe wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe taking a full body stretch. And if you're not seated already, come into a seated position. Take a moment to reflect on this practice. What was it like for you? What was this experience like? And now I recommend coming into this type of a visualization on a regular basis. That is really what changes the subconscious mind and changes the subconscious. So it's what changes that identity that we hold of ourselves is repeating something like this on a regular basis. It is that repetition piece. So we hit a lot of nails on the head here. We were able to find deep states of relaxation and find that ease in our body, getting into closer at least of a theta state. And that's going to allow us to make deep changes into our subconscious mind. And then when we repeat this on a regular basis, it's really going to help anchor in some of these changes. Okay. So without further ado, that is all that we have for today. If you are joining us on Facebook Live, this is going to be the last week that this is up on Facebook Live. From here on out, this class will be on the virtual Y. So go ahead and come on over to the virtual Y and check us out over there. Definitely would love to see you. And then if you have any feedback or comments, that would be so helpful. Anything that you like, anything that you don't like, any topics you would like discussed, we're open to really any feedback that you have. So anything would be appreciated. Again, my name is Heather, and this is the Energetics of Every Day. I hope you have a great week.
Sarah, and this is cardio dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it.
I woke up feeling like this gon' be my day. I got that poppin' fire every step I take. Living that wild life.
Through the bag. Go. That's where we want to go.
Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin. I'm Jennifer.
My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish to walk us